It's giving. You gotta give.
You gotta give.
That's just how I'm ending the year, and I'm just gonna figure out what I want to do next year.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Bull City Pioneers podcast. My name is Hector.
My name is Luis.
And my name is Alex.
Hey.
And I'm here.
Finally, that's like the second guest that actually gets it, the thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to say your name.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm
cool.
weird, so like I like to just jump in,
okay.
just kind of
Awesome,
different places.
Guys, today we have Alex on.
The homie.
Yep.
The homie Alex, yo. This
The
is
homie. Yep.
Thanks again for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
man.
Yo, I definitely. Since we're rolling, I want to say that I rock with y'all platform. You know what I'm saying? Like,
appreciate it, man.
I think y'all are just some
Thank you,
positive, young, strong men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making a difference in the community. That's what it's all about. So.
In Durham.
Yeah, in Durham.
All Durham raised.
You know, Bull City, man. That's what it's all about.
I mean, you're coming from Charlotte, though, so we're trying to show love to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I rep Durham, so I feel like even if I lived in Bangladesh, I'm repping Durham. That's just the reality of how I'm living.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm
it should
saying?
be.
Yeah.
So it should be.
Facts.
Fun fact, guys, we all graduated from the same high school.
Durham School of
Crazy.
the Arts,
bro.
man.
Arts,
The community. What year did y'all graduate?
I was 2015. He was.
I was 2018. I just graduated.
You just graduated?
Yeah, fresh out the boat. Yeah.
Where did you get all that facial hair from?
Oh man,
Right over here looking
Milk,
older
man.
than me.
Yeah,
man.
yo, I graduated in 2011, so
Whoa,
yeah.
that is crazy because that's when I was going into DSA. Like I was
Wow.
the first. I was part of the first 6th grade people or students class that went into the new car building. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I think the interesting thing about DSA, I feel like, and maybe I'm biased because I went there, but I feel like people from DSA are just different.
They are
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
They are
Like, I feel like they're just more like creatively,
Yeah.
just advanced, just
Yeah.
more confident, just more like, I don't know. And maybe it's just, I feel like DSA was a really good school. You know what I'm saying? Like just the program, just the energy. I feel like the teachers and stuff. I feel like they were more accepting of people more so than like just the other schools and stuff like that. So like it makes sense that like it makes sense. I'm not surprised that like y'all are like quote unquote young and like just doing really creative things. Like that's just the cloth we cut from. You know what I'm saying? Straight
that
up.
is something we do.
Not to
a lot.
bang on anybody else who goes to any other high school.
Yeah,
here,
you know,
but
It's just
like,
a biased, a very biased opinion.
They're more inclined, I feel like, to be on the creative side.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. I mean, it is an art school, so it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
We're supposed to be creative, you know.
For sure.
So you want to give us a background to like what you do and all that good stuff? We can get to that.
Yeah, well, I'm a rapper. Rapper, artist, whatever the kids call it nowadays. I have been taking music seriously for 5 years. In that time, I put out a couple songs, a couple videos, a couple projects. And I just put out another project maybe like a weekend or 2 weeks ago called Things Will Be Worse. And that's the product I just put out. And I'm just gonna keep making songs. So that's pretty much a very ridiculously short summary.
Yeah, and guys, he released that album, but also don't forget, he has other albums like Who Knows, Who Cares. So check that one out.
Yeah, Who Knows? The funny thing, cause the whole thing about the whole Who Knows, Who Cares thing is like, when I came up with the title, I realized that at that time of my career, nobody knew me and nobody cared about me. So I was like, let me just embrace it already because I know nobody's gonna care. You know what I'm saying? Like
we're literally at that stage right now, so we know how.
It's the grind. So like you just gotta embrace it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm trying to do. You know.
And then the second one was like, Who Knows, Who Cares too? Because
still I'm like, yo, ain't nothing changed from the first one. Don't nobody still know what's going on. It's cool. I'm still just making rap songs, so like that's what we're gonna do.
And when did you move to Charlotte?
I moved to Charlotte 2 years ago. It was actually a really crazy, like maybe just super, just different DSA energy type of story. So pretty much, I had a manager at the time, and she lived in Charlotte, and then so the opportunity for me came to live in Charlotte through her, and shout out to her. She's like, I don't have nothing bad to say about her, but I ended up going out there, and the situation just didn't work, so I kind of was couch hopping for like 4 months.
In Charlotte?
Yeah, I had a blood brother at the time that lived out there, and like another really good friend. So I'd say maybe 2 weeks at a time, I was just back and forth crashing on a couch. I got like a second job. I was just stacking up and saving bread, and then I was just able just to find a situation that works for me. So yeah, it's been 2 years, and it's I think been healthy for me mentally. I just have like a mic and a computer in my room, so I just like make a lot of music.
I saw that post on Instagram. It's basically kind of like us, like we start with a basic setup, but like you create your content your content is not a representation of your setup. Let me just say that because it's some mad dope content.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I would say that I kind of maybe through my own journey, I kind of want to show people that like you don't need a super big studio. You don't need like all this. And honestly, like some of the dudes that have all that crazy equipment, it's like their craft. It's like being good at your craft matters. You know what I'm saying? Like so, that's really just what I'm trying to show. And I don't really have that much. I don't got nothing crazy. I'm just somebody that is just trying to be as good as he can with his craft, you know what I'm saying?
And when you're passionate about something, you're gonna make it happen.
Right. It don't matter what I got going on. It's like I'm always, cause that's the thing. I feel like cause my thing is, I think talent matters, but more than talent, I feel like that's why I preach like this emotional, mental energy, just like emotional, mental strength, because I think I think that'll keep you going more so than talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think being talented within itself is enough to keep you going when times get really hard. You know what I'm saying?
You have to keep the ball rolling.
To me, it's all about just having like a certain mind state, a certain energy, and I think that'll just kind of carry you through like all the emotional obstacles that just come with just wanting to build your own platform. And I mean, I'm sure like you guys are just gonna experience that within yourselves. So I mean, it's really just about. I think if your mind is right and your spirit and your spirit and your intent is right, then you'll always keep going. Because it gets really hard. You know what I'm saying? It gets really hard. So like that's like the main thing that I just try to put out there. So
a little bit of your backstory. You said I always like to do some research. But one of the triggers that made you want to focus on music or go deeper into the music industry is do you mind me talk? Well,
for sure. Go ahead. I don't even know what you're about to say, but go ahead, bro.
Okay,
go for
it.
We're going in.
No, go for it. Go for it.
If you don't end up, if you don't, feel comfortable talking about it, I mean,
I'm 100% comfortable. I don't even know what you're about to say, but I'm super okay.
So, you ended up in jail when you were 19. You were at community college.
I'm pretty sure you saw that coming.
Were you going to Durham Tech?
I was going to Durham Tech. Honestly, like, because when I went to jail, after I got out of jail, that's when I just stopped going to Durham Tech.
Gotcha.
Because before that, I was just kind of actively a student, but at that point, I just was like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But that was I'm 25, and so, when I was 19, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Gracious.
You're older.
Gracious. You're 19?
I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I said he look older than me.
Hopefully you guys don't end up in jail for any reason.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Honestly, if you go, I talk about this all the time. Like, the cornbread is really good in jail.
The
cornbread is really good.
That's
anything to look forward to.
I'm really surprised. I would have thought it was like like some applesauce or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, everything else was really bad. Like they had like orange juice. It was like super bad, and like just everything else was trash. But I understand. I feel like sometimes in movies they like make jokes about like people fighting over cornbread. Yeah. Like when I ate it, I was like, all right, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Right. But so I mean, I was a ridiculous 19-year-old. I was working at Walmart, and I was a cashier, and I just stole a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, I was a cashier. Yeah, like it's just the stupidest shit ever. Like, I was stealing money out of the register.
Wait, do you mind me asking? What Walmart was
it? Yo, my record clean. I paid the money back. I had to restitution. Like
I'm about to go inside and be like, hey yo, y'all know the
it was
kid
it was on the Walmart off of MLK.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, that one is not there anymore.
Yeah, it's not there no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fitness place.
Planet Fitness.
It's a Planet Fitness.
now.
Okay, I didn't know that. I have a membership. I have a Planet Fitness membership.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know. I probably should.
Shoot.
But it was at that Walmart, and I guess the way I was doing it, I thought I was just being so smart and genius. But I was pretty long story short. I was stealing money out the register, and how they got me was they didn't hop on me the first time I did it. They just watched me do it for like 4, 5, 6 months.
What the heck?
I know. So don't steal money. Don't steal money, young man, or it's not worth it. You'll go to jail.
But why didn't they just stop you when they saw you?
No, because I stole enough for it to become a felony charge.
See, that's a trap though.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Crazy.
That's the whole point.
They want to see you lose at that point.
Exactly. So like me being at 19 and just me thinking that I was successfully getting away with stealing like $20, $30, $40, $50, I just kept going, and they just kept watching.
Wow.
So yeah, long story short, that's what I spent a night in jail over. My parents came to get me out the next day, and they were very mad Africans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Nigerian.
Nigerian, okay.
Yeah, I've never been there, but my parents are born and raised in Nigeria, and I'm just very just through them, I'm very immersed in African culture.
What is it like that? Because I've read that in your IG and like some of your posts, you said that like that you weren't born there, and you've never been there. So like, what is it like, just like having to live with that culture, even though you've never?
It's it was when I was like younger and like in high school and stuff like that. It was really weird because I knew within myself I didn't understand. I don't know how it feels. I don't know what it's like to like be a Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? Like so. And like the people I was just going to school with every day, like I just felt American, just like I'm just like a regular dude, you know what I'm saying? Like all of the people I know, you know what I'm saying, are just like regular dudes. So I think as I got older, I just understood that I just think it's dope that I'm really from this whole place, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a background of like a very deep history that very rich background that like I'll probably spend like my whole life just like learning more about. So just off of the fact that like my parents are just so different, and they just have just stories, and they just had a life that was so different. I think that's cool. So like
we feel the same way too, because we're Honduran, and like when our parents tell us stories from like back in the old days when they worked on farms and stuff like that, we're like, whoa, like it's crazy that they had to deal with these types of things. Like I don't anymore.
Well, I kind of live it a little bit, but
and me getting older, and my parents getting older, like the conversation is just a little bit more mature. So it's like I'm kind of like really, we're kind of talking like human to human sometimes. So it's like, it's super interesting. But like I'm glad to be from where I'm from.
Yeah,
and so hopefully one day I'll make it out there. In due time. I ain't really sure.
Flag, man.
Yeah, got to.
Have you ever, random question, but have you ever thought for one of your album covers, like, make the Nigerian flag the cover plus some plot twist? Have you ever thought about that?
I haven't thought about that, but like I'm open to it just because like in my life I'm probably gonna drop a lot more projects. So like that'll probably. I mean that sounds like that sounds like a potential idea. I'll just mentally just keep it just like my mental Rolodex. So, but no, I haven't, because because I kind of wanted to be like authentic. I am Nigerian, but like I'm not. I don't know enough about my culture to feel like I can like kind of like be like kind of front street and just sharing information about it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Maybe in like 5 years, if I spend like a month out there, then like I'll be more comfortable with like really like incorporating it into my music. You know what I'm saying? So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll see.
You played on the DSA basketball team, dude?
Yeah, I played my senior year. And honestly, I would have played more, but the only thing is like my dad was super bad with picking me up on time.
That's the problem with a lot of students.
Especially like maybe like immigrant kids and stuff like that. Like my dad would just never pick me up on time, and like the coaches always got mad. So just the transportation just never really worked out for me. But I played my senior year, and it was fun. It was fun, but I was a really bad basketball player.
Really?
Yeah, like I was bad, but like I really wanted to be good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. The coach just he like I was actually playing like center and power forward, and I'm like small dude, so I was just mad confused. Like I was just like, yo, what are you? So I mean, it just didn't work, but it was cool though. Just kick it like
a good experience, isn't it?
Yeah, to kick it with the homies and stuff like that, and just try to see like if I could like get with the cheerleaders. It never happened though. Nah, it never happened. Shout out to the lovely cheerleaders that was rocking. You know, it was cool.
What year did you graduate again?
2011.
So that means I would have been like a freshman or in 8th grade when you were.
Yeah, because when I was entering 6th grade, you were a freshman.
Do you have a yearbook?
No.
You'll probably find me in there. Oh. Well,
I mean, I don't have a yearbook anymore.
I never got a yearbook.
Yeah. Because we had to pay for that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, just give it up. Like, why we gotta pay for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all tripping.
Like, what, $60?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I barely can afford an extra piece of pizza for lunch. Y'all want me to buy the yearbook? Y'all tripping.
Shoot, $60, man.
Yeah.
Heck no. I never got one. None of the yearbooks.
What?
Did you ever get one?
I got one, yeah.
Okay.
What was y'all's elective course?
Mine was. You mean like it was like
pathway?
Yeah, pathway, whatever.
Mine was piano.
Mine was photography. So.
Okay. Yeah. I did a theater. Like
theater. Oh, okay.
I was like real. I mean, like I like theater. The weird thing is like I liked theater, but I didn't want to be in any plays because I feel like the characters were too weird for me. And I feel like it would be. I mean, I guess there was no like cool characters that I wanted to be, so I just always did improv and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But
that's still fun though.
I think
that was fun.
I think that was the only thing that I didn't do.
Theater.
Yeah, I did like everything else, like drawing, singing, everything.
Yeah.
Or dance. I didn't do dance.
Oh, true.
But yeah, personally, man, my favorite song that that I've heard. I haven't listened to the whole thing. To all the albums. I want to.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. You know,
it might take you a little minute.
But it's good. You know, it's good music. If life was a game, I think that's the name.
If life is a game.
Yeah, like the music video. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
But the words are just the lyrics are just.
That's probably one of the songs that like when I made it, because you know I'm at a point in my career where like. I know, like I love the fact that like people even like listen to me, and I'm very aware that like I am like kind of cultivating like a small like listenership. But I think that was one of the songs where like I made it, and I knew like, all right, I know maybe one person might feel this. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, I just caught a vibe in the studio heavy, and like it's like that was one of the songs like it just wrote itself, you know, the words and the beat made itself, and before I knew it, I was done.
It felt like when I was listening to it, when you listen to music, sometimes you know when a song is a hit. It felt like
You know, sometimes when I like make songs, like, cause I mean I'm a pretty lyrical dude or whatever, but sometimes when I make songs, I wonder like. To what extent do people listen to lyrics? Like I know people like listen to the song and they like the music and they like the raps, but I feel like I wonder like what people like be like actually listening to the words and kind of like understanding what's being said. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, I put a lot of energy into what I say, but I try to make the music to where like even the whole song, like you can still just listen to the whole song itself, even if you're not listening that hard to the lyrics. So that's kind of how I try to operate.
Fun fact: when I really like a song, I listen to the song and then I go on Google and I look up the lyrics and I read the lyrics, because then you get two different perspectives. You know?
Are there lyrics up for this song?
I know. I was trying to find.
Oh yeah, I was like,
but I do.
Maybe should I put up lyrics to songs? Like,
I mean, I think it's a good idea. But
I probably should do that.
That's one thing I like to tell artists too, because I feel like a lot of people like to do that. Like after they hear a song, they want to go and look up the lyrics and learn the song.
I guess in me being an artist, you know, I don't know. Maybe in me being a fan of music, I don't know. I guess I've never really like looked up lyrics, but I guess it's just like person to person. But I guess like if there's like a lot of people who want to like look up the lyrics, then it would only make sense for me to provide that. Of course. I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to find it, but I was like, what? It's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for most songs, you were able to find it. Sometimes on Spotify, they have it too. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm not popping up to where like my lyrics will just appear. You know, if they're up, like I'm there putting it up. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm still on the ground like that.
Yeah. I heard that. I researched that you were on the radio. I forgot what station it was, like 93 point. I don't know. What radio station?
I mean, there's been I think 97.5, and I mean maybe I don't know if you're talking about that one. There was another one. I'm not sure. I don't even remember like the name. Like, I mean, I got love for radio, but like, I don't make music for the radio.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but I think anytime like people want me to be on the radio, it's pretty dope. But
I think they interviewed you. I think.
Yeah, I know you're probably talking about my homegirl, Ababa. Her name is Ababa, and she does the station out in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm. And, I thought it was in Charlotte. My bad.
Oh no, I haven't done any radio interviews in Charlotte. But yeah, that was like the last radio interview I did, and I think that was sometime last year. So you're probably talking about that, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about any video.
Huh?
So you didn't have to worry about any video.
Yeah.
Do you have I always ask this all types of artists. Do you have a favorite music video that you enjoyed the most recording, or nah, or a list of ones that you enjoyed recording?
I mean, maybe the If Life Is a Game video, because maybe like I don't really like make too many videos with like girls or like a girl there, so it was just cool just doing a video with a girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was just cool.
You're planning to do one for Falling, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that out of all the songs on the album, I think that is the one that people like the most. And that's just based on like the data that I'm looking at. So like, it would only make sense for me to do a video for that one. I actually talked to Chelsea about that, and like the dude that shot my last two videos with. So that's 100% gonna happen. It's just a matter of when it happens and when I drop it. But that's a guarantee gonna happen for sure.
That's awesome.
I really like the video you made for Mama's House too. I just think that the whole like idea of it was kind of cool. How you made the whole video in your mom's house.
Yeah.
And the lyrics were really dope too. And I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
One. That was one of my favorites. That's why I brought up Falling, because that one was my favorite too.
Yeah. Thank you.
What like? Well, I guess it's pretty obvious if you listen to it. Like what inspired the song, but like what was going through your head as you were writing that song?
Well, I mean, usually I don't know. That's just how the beat made me feel. Like when I made the beat, I just kind of felt like reminiscent. I just kind of was thinking like of like how life was when I was like in 10th grade, 11th grade, 9th grade, 8th grade, even younger than that, and just like I was just thinking about the fact that like I just live in Charlotte, which is not far away at all, but just like I've just kind of uprooted my life to this different place, and all I have is just the memories of like what it was like to be younger, and just what it was like to be inside of this. In this home where I really nurtured my creativity. So that's just kind of what inspired like the energy that I was talking about, and I think that the album kind of represents just my mentality at this point in my life, my mentality at like 25 years old, and just like my mentality just from just living in Charlotte and not Durham, and just like the fact that I technically like left, and how I feel about that, and this is just what I have to say right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Kind of in that mentality of things are good and things could be worse.
but even if things are bad though, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the main thing, because like things could be good, but like even if things are bad, it could still be worse. Because like I've never been to Africa, but maybe some people out there aren't living as great as me. Yeah. And I'm not living that great at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely on the grind heavy. Yeah. But, it's like, it doesn't matter to me in my life. At least I try to not trip, but it doesn't matter if I'm doing good or bad, because I don't ever want to get too like, I don't ever want to get too excited I don't ever want to get too up or too down. I just always want to like, one of the things I'm working on is just really being able to like just master my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even if things are horrible, like just still kind of like just being just regular, not really getting too in over myself about just the reality, because the reality is things could always be worse. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm not homeless. Like, I got all my limbs. You know what I mean? Like, I got a family. I got people that like me. So it's just like, you know, I'm never gonna trip or complain over like things that probably won't matter or be important in like 3, 4, 5 months, or even 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just where I'm at right now in my life.
But at the same time, like, not being complacent, because like
exactly,
you said something along the lines of like, how can you like be content with who you are in the moment, or something, like be 100% content with who you are in the moment, but still like
I think it's possible to. Like, it's just the whole idea of like, you know, being grateful for what I have and grinding for what I don't have. But I think people aren't even grateful for what they have. So I think it just kind of distracts you. It's just like the fact that we just generally speaking about society, the fact that we aren't grateful for what we have, I think it just makes it even harder to build to get to what we want. But like, you know, I think it makes it easier to keep on grinding if you just realize that you really appreciate what you have. You know, so I'm just trying to stay in that mentality. Like I can easily like be mad that like I don't have like 10,000 followers and I don't have like whatever like the fuck like people that have more than we have, but like, but at the same time it's like I'm gonna keep grinding and like I'm just gonna keep putting out like more music, but it's just like if I really stop and think about it, I have to really appreciate the fact that I'm even here talking to y'all, that y'all even care to talk to me about me, you know what I mean? Like, because at a point in time, like, nobody knew and nobody cared, and I still was making music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just is what it is. Like, I've just decided I'm just never gonna trip ever in life. Period.
There you go. It's gotta be that way too, man.
It has to.
Like, I mean, ever since we started doing this, or like me with the clothing brand, I don't know if you've seen me with that.
Yeah, like, you've been going hard with that.
Like when I started that, like I told myself like I need to make a change up here. Like, yeah, I can make a change around me and like physically or whatever, but I need to start here. And I still struggle with it too. Like
I mean, we all do.
We all do.
We all do for sure.
But like I told myself, I have to be like 110% stronger than before, and I have to do this because like, you know, like you gotta make something of what you were given, like this life that you have.
You know? and that's what I was saying about like the whole like, you know, being talented. I don't think it's enough. Being talented doesn't inspire me, because like
big component.
Yeah, it is a big component, but like, you know, the mentality is more like you could have the best shirts in the world, or better than anybody that makes shirts in Durham. But like, if mentally and emotionally you're not there, like it's still not gonna work. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I think that's when I realized like just it's majority. This whole thing is mental. Then I actually spend a lot of my time just like exercising my mind, just in my own way.
Exercising mental health.
Yeah, even more so than making music, and I make a lot of music, but I think I spend more time like working on like just my mental.
Yeah, sure. And we had a guest earlier a while back. Well, I guess last week, depending on when you watch this.
Yeah.
He said that like it's good to always like work on yourself too, even when you have like those down days, but like it's always good to as well to reach out to others when you're not feeling that well and like you can't really help yourself and you need that aid from somebody else.
That's true.
'Cause you can't always do it by yourself, you know. Like,
that's true.
Like when you get to a certain point where your music grows and like you can't really like do all this production on your own, and you can't like do all this like this and that marketing and merchandise, you have to get help from somebody, or else you're gonna go nuts.
Right.
Like you have to reach out as well, not just depend solely on your own strength, because it's not possible.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, and I do think over the course of like your journey and everybody's journey, if they're really kind of like locked in on their path, I do think people, I do believe in the fact that like people will find you, as far as like the people that like want to help you and just good people for you to be around. Like you like just the energy of like the grind you're on will just bring you to certain people. You know what I mean? And I've just seen
it radiates to other people.
And you know, I've seen that in my life, and you know, I have like really good people around me, whether you know it's just friends or just creative contemporaries or people that like directly work with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that definitely helps me a lot too. You know, because I can just feed off of their energy as well, and not just kind of like be in my own head and in my own world all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important. I think environment is super important. Being around certain people, being around certain energy, super important to me.
I think it's really cool too how like that we're talking about this, the fact that like we're I feel like we were talking about this before you got here. Mm-hmm. I was saying that like I think it's really dope how like Durham and Raleigh are so tight knit, and like everybody wants to give love to everybody, and like I was thinking about it because I like to listen to a lot of Chicago artists, like I don't know if you know who Saba is.
I'm familiar. Yeah.
Mick Jenkins.
I love Mick Jenkins.
A lot of other people. Yeah. I can't really think of it right now, but like, you know how like everybody recognizes Chicago artists as having a specific sound. Like if you hear a Chicago artist, you can tell they're a Chicago artist. Yeah. I feel like with time, like people from Durham, Raleigh, like they have a certain sound, you know, because we're all like willing to work with one another, and like all the artists are like willing to just want to give love, and like I just think that's super dope. The fact that like you know people want to be working with one another.
Yeah, you know, I think the culture here is definitely growing, you know, just creatively. I think, like, egos are just dying just day by day, and people are seeing the value in healthy collaboration and just building relationships with different people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really good thing. And I think, like, in maybe 1, 2, 3 years, like, you know, we'll reach, like, a really good peak, probably. As far as just like energy and just culture, music, everything, fashion, everything.
I've said this before, but Durham and Raleigh, we're a gold mine, dude.
I think so.
The gold is being mined right now.
I think so.
Right now, you know, it's a process.
Not to say that there isn't anybody else around us. Oh yeah, it just feels like a lot more concentrated.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
for sure.
It's the capital of North Carolina, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus the rest of the China.
Can I get my water?
Yeah, go ahead. No worries, man. No worries. It gets like that sometimes.
We should probably have our own bottles of water too.
Yo, legit. Sometimes it does happen. Dude, I remember that. I saw that the video. Well, Waco first showed us, but
shout out to Waco.
Yeah, Waco. Yo, I love that guy.
Wearing your shirt.
Yeah, wearing his shirt. And we're using the mic that he gifted us when he was on the podcast.
He gave y'all that mic?
Yeah, he gave us that mic. Yeah.
Damn.
Big love to him.
I didn't know he was nice like that. Respect. Respect.
Hell yeah, man. Respect. Yo, Waco, mad respect. You're awesome, dude. It was a video of you walking from the car building with Waco and this.
Eric.
Yeah.
On the beat.
That was a good video, man.
That should be like in like the DSA archives history.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's funny because like I used to do that so much all day in school to the point where like I feel like people were annoyed, like people didn't even want to beatbox anymore. Like it was ridiculous. Like. Dang. It was ridiculous. So you know that goes to show that like I wasn't the greatest student. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I mean, it was good times, and me and Waco been down since then. You know what I mean? And
that is crazy.
Yeah, he's this is the first time that we're working on this show together, this Motorco show, and of course my boy DCM too. So it's gonna be dope. No, he's hosting. He's hosting and sponsoring the event. So he's doing a lot. He's giving away like a bunch of shirts and shit. Like he's doing a lot. He's gonna be hosting and he's doing a lot. But no, he's not performing. Wow. Yeah. Even though he did do a song with me.
I saw that one of your albums, and I'm like, because he talked about it during his episode.
Yeah, it's funny because like you know like he's not a rapper, but like we did a song and shot a video.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just something like you know like we can just like you know have that to look at and like just forever.
Yeah.
So it was
not
cool.
dope, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And you want to give I don't think we've done it, but you want to give the people a little information about the event at Motorco?
Absolutely. So I'm doing a album release show at Motorco It's going to be Saturday, December the 22nd. It's a collaboration between myself, DCM, who's the owner of the 1F2Ls brand, and Wilkins, who is the owner of Waco World, his company where he just makes shirts and just different things. And we're just doing a show because I dropped the album, and it's like, hey, like, I might as well do a show and just kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, Drop Top will make it. Maybe
he's on it.
Oh, he's on it. Oh,
so he's definitely gonna make it. You know, he's 100. He's 100% gonna make it. Do say Drop Top, Kelly Kale, Chelsea Inspire, Danny Blaze, and Facts About Bob, which is de facto Thespian and Lil Bob Doe. So so that's it's $50 advance tickets, $20 at the door, and I'm gonna have CDs and shirts. And this is going to be a super good time, you know what I'm saying? All ages too. I'm sure Drop Top went to DSA.
Yeah, we actually had him on the
podcast. And Sip Slow as well. And you might not be familiar with Sip Slow, but he went to DSA as well.
Is he in Durham right now?
He is in Durham.
He's in that collective group with Drop Top.
I think he's like affiliated, with that camp and all that. But he has been doing music, I'd say maybe for maybe a little over a year, 2 years. I know him just like I know Drop Top, just like I know Wilkins. So we're all just rocking with each other.
Yeah, and I love how all of y'all kind of moved. Well, some of y'all moved. You moved to Charlotte, Waco, to Maryland.
Yeah.
Y'all still come back and show love to the city.
It's just because it's just like my homies are my homies. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point in my life where I like people and I like having conversations with people and I like building with people, but I know who my friends are, the people who was in the mud with me. You know what I'm saying? I know. So it's I'm always gonna have a certain level of loyalty to some people.
Yeah, of course.
And when that relationship is just set in stone, you can't really, you want to keep it there. So.
Yeah, forever, and it's forever, and it's just I know anything that I can do to it's funny because it's funny the way I look at it I just we set this show up. Because it's a show, it's gonna be a show. Show is dope, but more than the show, I just want to just kick it with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to do that too much. So I'm just I'm just gonna create this whole event, and everybody's gonna rap, and then we're all gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess when you get older, it's I'm just so deep in my grind, and I live in Charlotte, so I don't really see my friends that much. And they're on the grind, and we all got bills. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
that's life, man.
Yeah, that's life. That's life. So it's I just definitely try to, because I used to do a bad job with that, of staying connected and just in tune with my people. But it's a process, and I'm getting better. With it. But yeah, it's gonna be dope. December the 22nd at Motorco. My first time doing a show at Motorco. So
that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Have you done any other shows in Durham?
I did my last show in Durham. I opened up for Danny Blaze when he did his first headliner show, and before that in March I did I put my own show together at the Pinhook.
Really?
Yeah, so I think I may have done I think those are maybe all the shows I did this year. I think I did something in Wilmington this year. I'm weird. I don't really like doing shows that much. I love to perform, but I'm just not really focused on doing shows. It's not my number one priority. I'm really just trying to pump out the music and just kind of build my platform and stuff like that. But I ain't even gonna get into that.
With reason.
Yeah, for sure.
To start wrapping it up a little bit, what we like to do with the Pioneer guest is ask him if he'll leave something for the audience. A question, a statement. Pioneer question or a Pioneer statement, something like that,
Okay, a question. Okay, I guess
you always forget. Before they do that, they gotta leave where they gotta
find
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to find me, I'm on all my social media is the Homie Alex Aff, the Homie Alex Aff, and that's if you Google that, I will be there. I will appear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, before I even get to the question, I realized like when I decided that I'm calling myself the homie, I realized that like I think that means I have to really be like everybody's homie, kind of. That's interesting. That's kind of like a part of my brand. Like I just have to just be cool. I just have to be cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to be cool. Like I am the homie. The homie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's branding right there. Yeah, but it's a big name to fill for sure. Yeah. And hopefully at the end of my life, like hopefully people are really just say like, yo, like he was a good homie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm up to. But anyway, the question I have, I guess it's a double question, but it's one question, but two separate questions is because the whole things can be worse things, just like understanding like everything isn't as bad as you think. Yeah. My question is, what was the worst thing that's happened in your life, and looking back on it, like, was it as bad as you thought it was when it happened?
Good question.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
We gotta look into the homie's head today and got to know a little bit more about
of course.
who he is and what he's about. So.
Thank y'all for having me. Like I said, like I really just think y'all are doing something valuable. You know what I'm saying? And bring something valuable to the area for sure. So. We definitely need just platforms of just young, fresh, just energetic people who just are just passionate about just having great conversations with just great up and coming people. So thank you for having me.
No, man, we appreciate you, man.
You
were showing lots of love to the case too, man. So we really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're able to relate to you a lot. Trust me. So I was able to relate to you.
Keep pumping that music up.
Yeah, keep pumping.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that.
But yeah, guys, this is another episode with
Alex Aff, Alex Alexander. My name is Alex. I'm everybody's homie, and I'm just chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm Luis.
I'm Hector,
and we're the Bull City Pioneers.
Peace.
Peace out.
You gotta pass. I got the clicker.
Oh yeah, you're right.